Hello everybody. As you all know, web development is a constantly evolving field and is difficult to keep up with. Whether you're brand new to web development or a senior web developer, there's always something new to learn. Luckily, there are many websites designed to help you keep your web development skills sharp and fresh. In this video, I'll be covering the 5 websites that I use most often when it comes to learning, practicing, or applying web development techniques. The first and most popular website on this list is w3schools.com. W3 Schools is the best site for learning any basic web development skills. Everything from HTML to CSS to PHP is covered on this site in great depth. It is filled with interactive examples and simple to understand explanations for every concept. This makes W3 Schools one of the greatest sites for picking up the basics of web development. Experienced developers should not ignore W3 Schools though. While the site is amazing for learning the basics, it also covers many advanced or lesser known topics that are great for senior developers. I constantly refer to this site when looking up the exact syntax and usage of many HTML elements and CSS properties. After learning the basics on W3 Schools, you may find yourself looking for more advanced topics and applications of what you learned. This is where our next site, CSStricks.com, comes in. The name of the site is a bit misleading because this site covers much more than just CSS. You will find articles and tutorials on pretty much every front-end web development skill you could ever want to learn. Most of these articles also go deeper into applications of how to use the things you learn in a more advanced scenario. This is great for expanding knowledge past the basics. I read many articles from this site about everything from CSS to React, and I'm always surprised by the incredible depth of these articles. Learning all this information is great, but the only true way to get better at web development is through practice. CodePen.io is the perfect tool to apply your front-end web development skills. CodePen is essentially an editor built into the browser that allows you to write HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. CodePen also renders the results of your code live on the page as you write it. This provides an incredibly fast feedback loop, making practicing effective and enjoyable. One of the greatest features of CodePen is the ability for you to use preprocessors and libraries for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript without having to configure or import anything manually. All it takes is changing a simple drop-down value. Another great feature of CodePen is the ability to view other people's work and share your own work. I have learned countless useful skills and tricks from viewing other people's work on CodePen, and even taken inspiration from other people's works when building my own websites. One thing to watch out for though is people love to use the latest and greatest technology in their CodePens, but not all browsers support the newest technology. In order to narrow down which browsers support which technologies, you need to use the site caniuse.com. Caniuse is a very simple site with just a single text box for entering whatever HTML, CSS, or JavaScript feature you want to check. After entering a value, Caniuse will show you an in-depth analysis on which versions of which browsers support that given feature. It will also give you a breakdown of the percentage of users in your region and globally that use a browser that supports the feature you searched for. I use this site constantly to check whether the technologies and features I want to use in my projects are widely enough supported, or if I need to use another, more widely supported feature instead. Finally, after learning and practicing all of these web development skills, it is time to work on creating great web design. There are many great web design tools out there, but in my opinion, none of them are as easy to use as Figma.com. Figma is vector-based, which is great since it makes scaling a breeze and is ideal for custom interactive web icons since it can export any design as an SVG. Figma was designed with web and mobile development in mind, and that makes it incredibly efficient for designing web pages. The learning curve is also non-existent. It is so easy to get started with Figma. Figma also makes it easy to make both high and low fidelity designs, so it is the perfect tool for all stages of web design. I personally use Figma for all of my web designs, logos, icons, and thumbnails for this channel because of how quickly I can produce them in Figma. These 5 websites are crucial for any web developer and are useful in all stages of a web developer's career. Whether you're learning, practicing, or designing, these websites will be the tools you need. If there are any sites that you feel I missed, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to mention the best suggestions in a future video. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.